Hello everyone, thanks for watching last week if you happened to watch it. If not, welcome. This is my second post to my video blog. What I'd like to go over this week is a few things that I happened to discuss last week and something new. Okay, so last week discussed how to gain traction, and what I came across was a Guy Kawasaki video on the tools that he uses to engage social media and how he curates content. I'll post a link to the video in the description. What I gained from it was this, not necessarily the tools that he uses, because everybody kind of has their own little nuances of what they like to do, but where he's curating his content. One source is a website called Alltop, which he is part of, and another is SmartBrief. Now, Alltop, you can create an account or you can skip it. I created an account and then I realized it's not really necessary, so I don't see why you would. But if you want to, go for it. You can get the content without needing to create the account, and I think it's actually a lot easier if you don't. The second one was SmartBrief. Now, honestly, SmartBrief is pretty awesome. They send you an email every day. You don't have to go there. It's actually quality content. So I recommend SmartBrief and Alltop, but I kind of like SmartBrief a little better. Now, what do you do with that content? Now, what Kawasaki recommends, you use these certain types of tools and etc. Some of the tools that he likes to use, I personally don't use. What I like to use is Hootsuite. Take that content and write your own little bit of text with it. Give credit where credit's due, and just schedule auto updates via Hootsuite. That way you don't have to log in and log out and post 4 times a day, whatever the case might be. Automate as much as you can, and your life will be a lot easier. I noticed. Saved me quite a bit of time. Also, what I'd like to discuss is launchrock. Now, I had a little bit of difficulty with getting some of the domains pointing directly to my launchrock pages. There was kind of a glitch in the matrix. So finally got that up and running correctly, I should say. What I noticed too is that you can go into launchrock and send a thank you email to individuals who have entered their email address onto your page. Now, you can customize it however you want. The thing is that you only can send that one email. So if you're running this campaign and it's 30 days, and individuals that might have signed up on day 5, they might not remember who you are. Or if it takes you 2 months to get the project launched and is validated, what you might want to consider doing is signing up for a service like MailChimp or Constant Contact or whomever you like to use. I'm not recommending one over the other. And kind of send them periodic emails to let them know, obviously, that the project is moving along or it's not moving along. Just to kind of keep that buzz in their ear so they don't forget about you. Give them incentivize them to share the launchrock page or whatever you're using to promote your product or service. Also, last week discussed on using projects that you're working on now to create content for other projects, right? Okay, fairly simple process, very simple concept, no big deal. What I wanted to say to validate that is because of my one posting last week, my first initial posting, I actually received an opportunity for somebody to work with them. Would that have occurred without using content to create other content? Absolutely not. Would have never known this individual. This individual would have never known of me either. So, it only takes a few minutes. I highly suggest doing it. Why not? Can't hurt. Now, not related to last week, but what I was thinking about the other day was in 10 years from now, if you're sitting 10 years from now and if you were looking at today, what industries would you think you would say, man, I wish I had been involved in X in 2014? So let's say it's 2024 and you're looking back and you're saying, man, I wish I had gotten involved in that industry in 2014 if I only known then what I know now, blah, 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 right? Okay, so what I personally identified were a few industries that I think have potential. Now, whether it's stock market, I'm not a stock market guy, I don't trust it, but either way, these are industries that I think that has a potential for a lot of growth. And if you want to get involved in it, by all means, get involved in it. I mean, I'm going to do my research more than what I already have to see where the opportunities lie. But this is what I identified. Okay, so you got cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, etc. The problem with that is that it's super sketchy. You know, I'm not opposed to it, just a little sketchy. The 5G networks, obviously, those are protected, you know, they're supposed to launch around 2020, 2022, something like that. So you know there's going to be opportunities in that industry. 3D printing, I'm not completely sold that everybody was going to have a 3D printer in their home, okay? I'm not sold on that idea. And there's reasons behind that. If you've ever used a 3D printer, you'll know why. But I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying I could be wrong. I'm not sold on it. But I think there's a lot of opportunity in that. Also, high-end wearables, things like Google Glasses to that extent, whether it's on the software side, apps, whatever the case might be. I think there is a lot of potential involved in that industry. Once they get the design down a little more fluently, something a little more aesthetically pleasing, not just Google Glasses, but overall the whole high-end wearable industry. And then the other one that I've identified, which, depending on your viewpoints, I don't know, and that's up to you. Doesn't bother me. It's a wave that's coming. It's a tsunami that's coming, and nothing can stop it. Pandora's box has been opened. Whether you like it or not, it's coming. You either can ride that wave, or you can get crushed by it. And personally, I'd rather ride a wave than be crushed by it. I don't know if you've ever been hit by a large wave. Anyways, the legalization of marijuana, whether it's on a medical side and or a recreational side, it's coming. 10 years from now, this is going to be a completely different industry, and there's a lot of money that's going to be able to be made in that industry. What segments, where, that's for you to decide. I just see it. And I think anybody else, large corporations, I don't want to say who, are already investigating it. So why not give it a shot, you know, if you don't mind. It's up to you, though. But so that's what I've identified, things that I'm going to further pursue in the future. And if they don't pan out, they don't pan out. But if they do, they do. Awesome. So now we'll get to what I'm reading this week. And stuck with one of the classics, I am reading Common Sense by Thomas Paine. If you haven't read it, I suggest that you do. I'm almost finished, not done yet. It's really short read, not that long. But anyways, read it. It's good for you. So I'm cutting this week short because I have a few other activities I need to attend to. Just remember, you learn by failing, so keep failing, keep trying. Can't hurt. Thanks for watching. I try to get a new video every Thursday, you know, give or take a few hours. And please subscribe, send to your friends, follow on Twitter, FaceBase, whatever the case you want to be. Anyways, thank you. I appreciate it, and have a great weekend.